Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. I wanted to talk about this situation with Sean Diddy Combs. It's just been everywhere. I wanted to put my 2 cents on this. I have just been taking care of business and working overtime. Okay, so I've been away for a while, but I'm finally here, and I want to just talk a little bit about what's going on. People are throwing mud on this guy's name. You know what I'm saying? Like they, like he wasn't, this great mogul, music mogul, very important person, in his field. So important that people wanted to be around him. They gravitated towards him, and this case right here is really tricky. But what they did do that was great for them was they ran ISO on him in the media. They ran ISO and they got that narrative going that that he's a disgrace. Okay, and that's what they're pushing. He is a disgrace. I think they're calling him the disgrace mogul, music mogul. And I've seen that used in the heading, in the title, or the description in a few different, few different media sources are saying that now. And I'm like, okay, this is getting out of hand. You go to his Instagram. I think he has like some of his children on there. He kind of deleted everything. This was coming down the pike. We all saw it. If you look at some of the old videos that are resurfacing, he's even said it himself that he's probably gonna get arrested or whatever. And it's just like, and then you seen that video. I think that was from the Daily Mail. He's out on the balcony. I don't have the audio on it, but he's out on the balcony. You could still like read the caption of what he's saying, but basically he's just blatant out with it. You feel me? But in that setting, not too many people. Well, yeah, I can say maybe a lot of people were referring to Diddy's party, so maybe he was out in the open. One thing I can think about is, that just comes up to mind right now. What's this guy's name? Killer Mike, right? Killer Mike. He's on all the boards, plus whatever. And what he does is he's real out. He's open. He's, he's out in the open about like, his, I guess his sexuality and the things that he does with his wife. For some reason, that's what he always talks about. That no matter where he's at, he brings that up. So to a certain degree, I can be like, it's kind of weird. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It is weird. To me, it's weird. I understand like what he's doing. You need this, this guy who's a figure who, he knows the right things to say. He's Killer Mike. I don't know. And a lot of people are like, they're excited to hear him speak. But at the same time, it's like, I guess people can respect him because he's out in the open. I don't know if Diddy was so much out in the open with what he was doing, but everybody knew about his parties. So you can't even use that as a comparison, because Diddy kind of was speaking out about what he did. He was on he was on Extra or whatever, one of these shows talking about his parties and stuff, his all-white parties. And a lot of people went, a lot of people attended, and it was just one of those things that it kind of like got loose. But looking at some of the things that he was charged with. Look at some of the things that he was charged with. Okay, they got him. Oh my goodness, they got him. He's indicted. They indicted him. They got him for racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation for purposes of prostitution in New York. And then he got all type of hammers, AK-47s. They pulling out stories of arson. This is gonna be sloppy. This looks bad. Okay, you may say, all right, this whatever enterprise that he was doing, they're trying to get him and say, okay, you were you were double dutching, you were double dipping, you were using your enterprise, you're using your business to make promises and all these stories of grandeur or whatever, and to get these women, get these people involved in your scheme. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the books, that's going to be some grunt work. The FBI, this is federal. So the FBI is that's some tough grunt work to be looking at flights and looking at checking his books, because if his books are going to reflect some, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be some receipts. They're going to have to do something. Okay, they're gonna have to do a whole lot of grunt work, and that's good, and that's not gonna make, that. I mean, that don't make nobody happy. You know what I'm saying? Having to do that. They definitely want some cooperation. They definitely want some cooperation from Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you have all these people coming forward that was once with it, who were participants in these shindigs that he was having. And he was very out in the open, so blatant with it. Just because you're like pompous with it doesn't mean everybody's in agreement. That's in the vicinity. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's just gonna rock with you. And then you had those videos of him, beating up Cassie. So it wasn't the fact that it was like, then you had, then you act in that way. And somebody got it on camera. I understand what people are saying. Okay, it's his sexuality, it's what he wants to do and all that type of stuff. That's not no crime. But you're walking a very thin line, man. When you're getting, you know what I'm saying? You're getting numerous of other people, parties involved. You're now paying for transportation of people specifically for this type of act. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. You're not strong arming that many people, especially in this day and age. Not happening. You know what I'm saying? People like you're not gonna gank anybody out of their right mind. Who you know what I'm saying? Who knows come on, this is what's happening. This was a person who maybe rubs, got on some people's bad side, and they're speaking, and I seen one thing where I think they said something about Odell Beckham Jr. Who else did they say? They said Odell Beckham Jr. Oh my goodness. Justin Bieber. And who else was it? And Trey Songz. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying that there's disturbing footage. Stuff like that is interesting. I don't care. That's why so many people is talking about it. You don't even okay, let me just really quick, let me drop some game to y'all. You do not ride 4 deep in a car, period. You don't do it. Unless you really just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You never ride 4 deep in a car. That's something you don't do. And then when you got that many stars, when it's that many stars out, what y'all doing? Seriously, what y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Y'all not even supposed to be together like that. Y'all extremely hot at that point. You know what I'm saying? And then you just look at the fan base. I understand. I have a lot of love for Diddy and what he did, the whole Bad Boy thing and all that, but that stuff is turning. It's taking a turn for the worse. You have a lot of people that they kind of they've cornered that market, so to speak, where that's kind of like what they do. It's just one of those things that kind of They gravitated towards. And it's sad because, you know, you see that, you know, that is like the centerpiece of focus, and shouldn't be focused on that. That should not be the centerpiece, really. And you know, I could possibly foresee this, you know, happening to individuals, you know what I'm saying, who I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous, man. I mean, so much to talk about with this Diddy case, right? Heart goes out to him. It's tons of stuff, you know what I'm saying, going out. But they got this guy on racketeering. That means that, you know, it's multiple people involved. That means Diddy just did not do this by himself. That means, like, they're setting up hotel rooms. They're paying people. He's making promises to pay people off. And then some people ain't get hit off, I'm guessing, or people was just upset. So he's not acting alone. This is definitely a move. This is something that was, you know, calculated. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't just like, okay, we fell out at a party and everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was just one of those crazy nights. That wasn't the case. This was something that was like, you know, books was, you know what I'm saying, was made out. People had purses for this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This was not something that, you know, just happened. This was something that was planned. You feel me? And that's, I mean, come on, man. You know, that's when they can get you. You feel me? Like I say, I got a lot of love for Diddy and but you just because you like love somebody or you like their music, you know, that's what I'm saying when I say mean love for him. Like, I like his music. It's, you know, kind of the things that he's done. Revolt, you know, he's done. You know what I'm saying? We're not able to get into some of the things that he's done and he's been a part of, right? I think even they're pulling up Kamala Harris tweets where she's like thanking him for basically, you know what I'm saying, for intervening in her campaign, right? And some of the things that he's done. Listen, man, at a certain amount of time, you can't go with the crowd. You can't go with the crowd. If a lot of people, and even listen, if a lot of people is saying something, and what if this stuff come back right? What if it come back right? Then what? Honestly speaking, then what? You know what I'm saying? The same, and I had very prominent, you know, people I can speak of highly, you know, they're not going for that. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying, all the things that, you know, you done and you visited on other people, the same things they gonna, you know, should be visited back on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the way they think. That's their motto. You feel me? So and people talking about, oh, it's nothing with the baby oil. Man, come on. Some of that stuff is just like, it's nasty. And this is supposed to be like a public figure, somebody like he's just talking about like an all white, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really knew about any, you know, type freak off deal. Nobody really knew about that. I mean, it was just a whole white party. Everybody throws these white parties, black type parties or whatever. Nobody knew about, you know what I'm saying, this type of side really. So maybe I can say in that aspect, I can, like, you know, you can give some respect to Killer Mike, because that's not good. Every time he speak, he says that. So nobody's going to be shocked about that. Everybody knows this is how Killer Mike get down. So he put that out there on Front Street. You don't have to lie. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to hold back half and part of the truth. You know what I'm saying? So you could save face and you could look good. Then when when you get caught and people hear that, they're going to say, yeah, I knew something was up with that. Something was up with it. I never really liked them. Yeah, I never really liked them. You giving room for people to say that about you. You know what I'm saying? And like, it just don't look good, man. You got a lot of women. You got a lot of people coming out and then you have him hitting on this lady like that, and you got a video of it. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't look good. I'm a spectator at this point. I'm just looking. I'm seeing how it rolls. They denied his bail. He's possibly going to be waiting on an appeal. It's trial, and then if he loses that trial, he's next thing is an appeal, right? Can't get this is the only thing where, look, I don't want to make this video too long. This is a thing where that get me. I seen a video. Listen, it's messed up though. In the same token, it's messed up. As just as I went as hard as how he could be wrong, I can't go too hard the other way because I don't want to make this video too long. But I was watching a video. It's a mother. This mother. I'm talking about some real live monkey type stuff. This mother oh my goodness, man. This mother shoots her daughter. Her daughter and her son is in the house. Shoots her daughter, goes outside, throws the gun outside. It's all on the ring camera. Throws the gun outside. And the mother is selling drugs, by the way. And cops get there. She says it was like a black guy who shot her daughter. And then she said like her baby shot the daughter, like her 2-year-old baby. And then she was like, no, she didn't mean her baby. She was talking about like her baby, like the baby's father had shot, the little girl. She changed the story about 4 or 5 times. They then they finally square off and convict her or whatever, because she has gun residue on her hands, and then like the 2-year-old son has residue on his hands. So and you know what? They gave this lady bail. Puffy has no bail. And this is he didn't shoot nobody. And I think what he did do is he set a car on fire. I think that was the arson that was involved. That's why I was like, dang, he was really acting a donkey. Because I think he set somebody car on fire who was talking to Cassie. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the arson was thrown in. But they gave this lady hold on. They let this lady out on bond. And she shot her daughter in the chest and called the police and was like having the police on some wild monkey goose hunt for this fictional person. And she's the one who's shot her daughter. Gave her bail. And then at the end of the day, she only got like 2 years with parole for that. So, some in situations like that, you feel me? And this guy's a billionaire. He's getting no bail. You know what I'm saying? This is not no murder. This is, you know what I'm saying? Still super deviant or whatever. To this point in time, most of these people at some point in time were willing participants. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's the feel that that's coming from this. But again, you having people that's saying that they were I don't know, man, because everything in there is either prostitution, racketeering. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's so some of that the charges. Look at the charges, and you could see holes in it. You can see, I'm just letting you know. You can see holes in it, but the racketeering definitely is gonna have people talking and telling on each other and all that. But I really wish I had more time to talk about some of that stuff. But that's just my 2 cents on it. Interesting situation, very sad. It just seems like Diddy wasn't really taking himself seriously. The whole situation, he wasn't taking it very seriously, because that's like really big. You know what I'm saying? You had this, and then you just got people coming out telling. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how crazy, that's how wide open it was. So I only see this getting worse for Diddy. I don't see this getting any more hush. or this going away. And if he's already in jail, most likely he's gonna be getting some time served or whatever, but they're gonna be handing down a sentence. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how I see it. But that's what I got for you guys. Peace, man. I'm out.